had an owner-employee relationships, treated their employees well, they would get bought up by these big corporate holding companies. Now I'm beginning to see the same thing happen in the medical sector too.
Well, that's what I was saying dealing with. That's what I was saying dealing with IT, because these big mega holding companies have unlimited fiat banker bailout money paid for by our tax dollars. It's not free market. It's basically like playing Monopoly against the bank. You can't win.
Well, absolutely. And what happens, I mean, this is happening across industries worldwide, but what the killer is it's part of the tactic of destroying the middle class. I mean, I got so worked up about this a few years ago. I actually took a run for state rep here in Michigan as an independent libertarian. And, you know, we're trying to find ways to deal with this, and I'm feeling like it's snowballing faster than can be handled through the conventional channels of government. Like running for office, getting in position, and making changes. I just feel like the whole thing's running away. You know, we're still trying to do it, and I've been doing a lot of homework trying to study. You know, you always, when you talk about globalists, you talk about population growth. You know, how is population growth affecting the snowball of this globalist attitude and trying to bring whole populaces under control, you know, near militant control? And trying to come up with a timeline, you know, on how to react to this.
Well, let's be clear, and I appreciate your call, but they're not trying to bring things under control. They're trying to wipe out any country or organization or group of people that are self-sufficient. They don't want things to be nice. They don't want it under control. They want things in a disheveled, collapsing situation so that they can expand their overall police state in the name of cleaning up the crisis, but then they never even fix the crisis because they go into the next phase of an even bigger crisis and then even more control to supposedly fix it, and then another even bigger crisis and more control, more control. That's the method to their madness. It's order out of chaos. We'll be back with more phone calls in 70 seconds in the second hour. Then Webster Tarpley joining us and Max Keiser.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Webster Tarpley will be with us for about 35 minutes coming up. Then I'll continue with calls throughout the end of the hour. And then at 8 after next hour, Max Keiser will join us on the economy, Egypt, and a lot more. But we're going back to your phone calls right now. And obviously, we're talking about what's happening in Egypt. The open announcement that the government is trying to put in an internet kill switch so they can shut down freedom of speech during a police state takeover. It's all accelerating. And the globalists knew when they ordered Egypt to cut the food allotments to their population, close to half of which are living at starvation level without that food, that it would cause this rebellion, and then the globalists give Egypt the savior, the well-known globalist UN minion, Muhammad El-Baradi. Let's talk to Randy in North Carolina, then Lane, Patriot, Brian, Mike, and others. Go ahead, Rudy. Welcome, Rudy. You're on the air.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to speak?
Over the holidays. I was talking to my family over the holidays, and I was trying to explain to my in-laws how New York is now a police state, and they didn't understand. So as I was talking to them, I came with the idea of why don't people just start writing down how many times they ask for their ID? Every time you turn around, somebody's asking for your ID. Somebody's asking for, more information and more information.
Well, that's so if you're on a pickup list, they can go ahead and scoop you up. Cops all over the world now have license plate readers, and they drive by stolen cars. They drive by and don't do anything about it. It's all about politically tracking you, and now they have TV shows about the police in New York where they show checkpoints on the roads, checkpoints in the malls, checkpoints in the subway with families and little kids having their school bags searched. We're all learning how to be prisoners, and America, one big, giant prison, and all of us basically as slaves, and people think that's freedom. Land of the free, home of the brave is where they put drugs in your water, train your kids to spy on you, and have checkpoints with guys with machine guns everywhere. That's freedom. Having our internet shut off, that's freedom. Having helicopters look through our walls, that's freedom. Having our pension funds taken, having the veterans' death benefits taken, that's freedom. Now, tyranny is private property and happy families and health and freedom of mobility and privacy, you see. So we're entering the 1984 system.
Last thing, Alex, is, what people don't realize what's happening over in Egypt right now. Notice how they're saying that people have to defend themselves with shovels and knives. See, what happened is over here in America, we have the opportunity right now to bear our arms. When things go crazy, I think that's the thing that's scaring this government and their leaders to their bones right now, is that, as much as they want to say the criminals got the guns and everything, even if they do, they know that they'll fight back. They know that the people who are legally own the guns fighting back. And if you ever notice, which is something that I've been watching lately, the propaganda that's being perceived right now is that everybody's doing something stupid with a gun. They're never showing anything on TV, the blogs, the internet, where people are legally defending themselves and are glad that they had their firearm. It's always somebody doing something stupid. And I think people need to start looking for positive sites of people defending themselves.
That's right. The media only hypes bad things that happen with guns. But look at the statistics. The vast majority of Americans are now pro-Second Amendment. They get it. And the globalists are in trouble. I appreciate your call, Rudy. Great points. The New World Order is scared because the ghost of our founders, who weren't perfect, but delivered to us that inalienable right, they simply uncovered it and pointed it out, that slaves are disarmed, free men and women are armed. And so the ghost of our forefathers and mothers, the spirit of 1776 is still alive and well with us today, and it literally animates our great contest for liberty now. And this is the great contest against tyranny. And that's the big ace in the hole. That's the big wild card. That's our deus ex, is that we have that Second Amendment. And I'm going to speak to that as we go to Tarpley coming up. That was my next point. I'm glad you raised it. We'll get to everybody else as well.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit efoodsdirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Calben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Calben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Webster Tarpley is our guest. We're talking about Egypt. We're going to open the phones up at the bottom of the hour for your questions or comments to myself or Webster. We've got some major U.S. news on health care reform with a lot of states and courts battling it. That is all coming up. But Webster Tarpley, who's a great analyst who joins us routinely, is a doctor of history. He's also an economist and an author. But before I went to Webster, there's one thing we can see illustrated by Egypt more than anything else on the ground, and that's that governments can't and won't protect you, and then a lot of Egyptians had illegal firearms, because there is a total gun ban there for the citizens, to defend their property. And as in the case of New Orleans in 2005 and every other big event worldwide, the police and military have been caught, have been shot, have been beaten, have been arrested by the citizens, robbing jewelry stores, homes. Anytime there's a crisis, government is going to come and try to rob you. Because government basically, in the modern age, has been set up to rob us. And so the type of agents they recruit are going to do this during a period of anarchy. Now, last week I reserved judgment on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I said the people are hungry. There is a real anger in the Middle East, but also in North Africa. Not just in Egypt, but Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Yemen, Jordan. The people see the corruption. But the globalists know that this is coming to a head. And so they may want to trigger this now to try to put in their own people instead of groups that actually represent the democratic wishes of the people in these